Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's me coming at you again with another vid. Well, it looks like Luis King Khan Ortiz has found a replacement for his fight coming up on March 5th in Washington, D.C. on HBO's Boxing After Dark. Is no other than Tony the Tiger Thompson, who is a native from Washington, D.C., by the way, who lives there, and definitely a hometown advantage for Thompson. However, he is a heavy underdog going into the fight. But needless to say, got to give a shout out to Mr. Boxing today because he has made, I think, about two videos but calling out Golden Boy for trying to, trying to prevent them from trying to give Ortiz an easy route before going up against Alexander Ustinov. Now, mind you, my shouts out to him, man, because I know he must be thrilled about this. And, I have to say that the YTBC, for those commenters and those subscribers out there, you have to understand video uploaders like Mr. Boxing Today and myself, 78, Blood Boxing, you name it. We all got major voices in the boxing community overall, okay? And I believe that the Golden Boy representatives may have seen Mr. Boxing Today's videos, and they pretty much answered the call and said, okay, we're going to make this fight happen, because obviously Tony Thompson is not a walkover, okay? Now, let me break this down, all right? And I know I criticized Thompson, the shape that he went into the fight against Malik Scott, very, very slow, very flat-footed, but at the same time, he did go all 10 rounds with Scott, and he eventually put Scott down late in the fight. So definitely not going to be easy fight for Ortiz, even though he is going to be the massive favorite to win it. But we'll see how this plays out. But if Thompson is really serious about this fight, really serious about taking out Ortiz, then he needs to really be training his ass off, and he really needs to get himself in shape, because his last several fights, I know some of his fights are overseas. Then he recently had one when he got here over here domestically. I just think that he needs to really take his training more seriously than he was when he was in his younger days, in his prime. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But obviously Ortiz will confuse Thompson with his boxing ability. Also can fight inside as well. Especially, he's a vicious puncher inside with those dangerous uppercuts, especially with that left uppercut, and that's something that Thompson's going to have to negate and look out for. But mind you, this is a southpaw. Thompson is a southpaw, so we haven't really seen Ortiz can do against a southpaw. I mean, I'm sure he's had southpaw fights against lower tier opposition, but this right here is a different type of fighter here by the name of Tony Thompson, who's been in here with all the best fighters there is, including Vladimir Klitschko. Could this be another repeat of the David Price situation? Nah, I doubt it, because we have to understand David Price is a totally different fighter from Luis Ortiz. Because Luis Ortiz is a way different beast. He's much more dangerous, and we've seen what he can do against a very good top tier fighter by the name of Brian Jennings, which was a damn good fight, by the way. And mind you, y'all, this is the heavyweight, so expect a knockout to happen. If not, expect a very damn good fight and an explosion, especially from Luis Ortiz. Again, shout out to Mr. Boxing Today. I'm sure he's happy about this, and I'm sure he probably made a video about this, and he's probably breaking it down already. So, well, let me know what you think about this. Care to comment, share, subscribe. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the reason why this Tony Thompson fight is happening is because Alexander Dimitrenko had pulled out the last minute. Now, Dimitrenko was supposed to be somewhat of a warm-up fight for Ortiz before he goes up against Alexander Ustinov, which the WBA did order for the interim title. So this is part of the process of their tournament, because they're trying to make one champion. So right now, the recognized champion is Tyson Fury, and the regular champion is Ruslan Jagayev. And from what I've heard, Jagayev may be pulling out of the Lucas Brown fight. So we don't know if that's confirmed. So we'll have to see what Jagayev's management says about that. But anyhow, let me know what you think. Care to comment, share, subscribe. Signing off. Peace. And I mean that.